We also have to pay attention to the legal fees being charged, including the banks who insist that you pay their lawyer and your lawyer, the commitment fees charged by the banks, and in an environment where there's high liquidity in the banking system, the rather high interest rates charged by commercial banks in this country that need to be attended to. All of those costs add up. So a person may buy a property for $300,000 and end up having to pay $30,000 in fees.
Mr. Innes says the 74 prospective homeowners will get a prime piece of real estate, but he wants them to see these investments not as houses, but as homes.
A lot of the challenges we are faced with in Barbados today, in terms of deviant behavior, in terms of the attitudes of people, and the lack of productivity, stems primarily from what exists within those brick and mortar places we call houses. I don't think that we really have enough homes. We have men and women who meet together in a house. Sometimes they procreate or whatever, and they make children, but quite frankly, sometimes we all exist in different worlds.
The contractors behind the project say several ancillary jobs have been created.
This project is expected to attract direct new employment in the form of laborers, carpenters and masons, and indirectly will be additional businesses for those in the manufacturing and retail sector. In terms of this development, the sizes of the property themselves are impressive and range from just under 800 square feet to 1,300 square feet for the houses, between 3,200 square feet and 6,000 square feet for the land.
There's still time to get one of the housing solutions. There are 20 people who've already booked their places at West Terrace Durance, but judging from today's turnout to view the model home, that figure is likely to increase over the next few days. Meanwhile, Housing Minister Dennis Kelman said a number of government's housing developments are near completion.
We would expect to deliver a constant 33 houses plus some locks. Parshland, 117 houses, which are about 90-something% complete. River, 17 houses, and as you know, Grotto, 80, and we would have housed at Lancaster 42 persons in phase 1 and 43 in phase 2, which brings to a total, along with River Crescent 7, of a total of 339 solutions that we expect to deliver this year.
This island's Director of Public Prosecution says imprisoning criminals is not the answer to solving crime. According to Charles Leacock, the state must go after the assets of crime lords and what they own, which are the proceeds of crime. Mr. Leacock was speaking during the closing ceremony of a prosecution of drug offences course at the Regional Security System Training Institute. 16 participants drawn from Barbados, Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the RSS took part in the course. The DPP says people must learn that crime doesn't pay off.
It must be shown that crime does not pay. It must hit the criminals where it hurts most, in their pockets. Because many career criminals, especially drug traffickers, consider imprisonment as an occupational hazard. Accordingly, going to prison is no big deal, especially if they know upon release that they have their stashes in store or that their property can be enjoyed by their relatives, friends, or criminal organizations.
On another topic, Mr. Leacock says marijuana should never be decriminalized or legalized. He says the risks to health and society are too great.
It sends not only conflicting signals to young people, but pervasive effects and evidence of drug use on persons, especially young persons and unemployed youth, is so overwhelming that I cannot see a case being made for its decriminalization and its social use. In fact, in my view, if the social use of it becomes acceptable, it becomes supply-driven. And many persons who would never even contemplate its use would begin to use it and thereby make its use even more pervasive.
We'll have more news in just a moment.
Fruta, taste the real Fruta. Enjoy the real Barbados. Start your independence celebrations at the Sagicor Life Inc. lighting ceremony on Sunday, November 1st in Independence Square at 5:30 p.m. Come out and enjoy performances by Antonio Springer, the St. John Folk Group, Biggie Irie, Edwin Yearwood, and many more. Come celebrate Barbados.
Monday on Morning Barbados, we're going to head outside to cook up something awesome in November with Chef Craig. And of course, it's Global Entrepreneurship Week, so we'll tell you about the wonderful things happening.
And speaking of outside, when you expect him to be there, Sergeant Siebert will be with us inside the studio. He'll bring along a traffic warden and explain their role and responsibility. All that and more Monday on Morning Barbados.
We'll see you then.
Every Wednesday and every Friday at 10:30 a.m. it's the Eddie Straight and Half Hour with yours truly. On 98.1 The One. I'm going to tell you what we have in store from Eddie's Supermarket, Eddie's Wholesale, Eddie's Feed Depot, Eddie's Boutique, and LC Variety. The Eddie Straight and Half Hour, Wednesdays and Fridays at 10:30 a.m. on 98.1 The One. Your mind.
Live Up. For more information, contact your local council for the disabled or association.
It's the start of a month-long celebration of Barbados' 49th anniversary of independence. It's the Sagicor Life Inc. lighting ceremony in Independence Square this Sunday, November 1st, and it's live on CBC TV 8 from 5:25 in the evening. Don't miss it as we celebrate Barbados.
Barbados and Guyana have further strengthened their relationship with the signing of a key cooperation agreement. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Maxine McLean, signed on behalf of the island and her Guyanese counterpart, Carl Greenidge, on behalf of Georgetown. It took place during the third session of the Barbados-Guyana Joint Commission at the Accra Beach Hotel. This ceremony also saw the initialing of a memorandum of understanding between the Barbados Port Incorporated and the Guyana Port Authority, and also the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated and the Guyana Tourism Authority. Senator McLean, in a brief address, said the relationship between the two countries goes back to early post-slavery days when Barbadians found opportunities in the South American nation. She says the agreement will not only benefit Guyana and Barbados, but will touch several critical economic sectors.
What we are seeing unfold, and certainly which would have unfolded over the last 2 years, very important initiatives to not only build people-to-people relationships, but to foster mutually beneficial opportunities in several critical economic sectors. It will allow us to realize a mix of synergies which will certainly help our respective economies to grow.
Mr. Greenidge, who is also Guyana's Vice President, says progress has been made in a number of areas and he's looking forward to future arrangements.
We will want representatives of the two sides to look at a range of areas, including some that have started, let us say in the cooperation on the maritime front, technical assistance, going both ways it seems, as well as in services. Services is an area perhaps that we must now pay special attention to, given the complementarities that would exist between Guyana and Barbados.
A Russian airliner has crashed in central Sinai, killing all 224 people on board. The Airbus A321 was bound for the Russian city of St. Petersburg. Wreckage was found in the Hassani area and bodies removed along with the plane's black box. An official described a tragic scene with bodies of victims still strapped to seats. We have the sports news in just a moment.
Up this Monday on The Mix, the big story with Ryan Broom. Have you ever heard of zoo photos? It's a fun way to liven up and capture memories. Find out how an American author searches for his biological parents. And Professor Dr. Elaine Rocha is stopping to talk race and beauty. All this and more coming your way on Monday, The Mix.
This week on Rejoice and Sing.
In 2007, she won the Court Superstar Search as Starlene Harris, and she is still singing for the Lord, new baby and all. Next, we get up close and personal with Trinidadian singer and songwriter Positive.
I would just always aspire to serve God wholeheartedly.
We shine the spotlight on Shelly-Ann Ward Corbin. And look what we found in the archives.
My heart overflows the longer.
Find it all and more on a brand new season of Rejoice and Sing, Sunday at 9 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Brought to you with the good wishes of Sewing World's Department Store and Black Image Cosmetique, Upper Swan Street, for all your curtain needs this holiday season.
This week on 18 Degrees North, the interviews.
I can categorically state that I have done absolutely nothing wrong, absolutely nothing corrupt.
Revealing investigations.
The mere accusation of a known associate of the Jamaican Commissioner of Police is a very serious matter.
Impacting reports.
My ambition is to migrate to the Islamic State and live within the caliphate.
I look back at the biggest stories from this season on the next episode of 18 Degrees North.
Airing Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on CBC, with a repeat broadcast Sundays at 5:30 p.m. and brought to you by Rainforest Seafoods.
Get free Facebook and Instagram with any new Digicel 4G data plan with Barbados' fastest 4G network.
Digicel data. Digicel data for life. Data for life. Data for life. Yeah.
Get free Facebook and Instagram with any new Digicel 4G data plan. Snap, record, post, and share instantly on Facebook and Instagram anywhere across the island with Barbados' fastest 4G network. Digicel 4G. Dial *153# to sign up and start using Facebook and Instagram for free today.
Data for life.
Hi, good evening. I'm Shane Jones with the Sports News. The Barbados team will be going into the final day of their Davis Cup tie against Uruguay, leading 2-1 after Darian King and Hayden Lewis beat Rodrigo Arus and Santiago Maresca today at the Wilde Tennis Center. Sean Green reports.
Lewis and King of Barbados taking on Rodrigo Arus and Santiago Maresca in the white, with the Bajans already leading at this stage. Arus goes high, wide, and out. Barbados now leading in the first set. Maresca serves, and Lewis not quite getting a hold of this one. But despite that, the Bajan pair was still ahead, even when the rains drove the players from the court. Back on the court now, and Barbados picked up from where they left off. Meat and drink to the Bajan pair. He needed 2 ladders to reach that. But tennis isn't tennis without the unforced errors. As the players approached the net, so did the ball. That's a point to Uruguay. Lewis with the serve, and Uruguay tries to dissect the pair. And when that didn't work, they pressured Lewis at the net. Again and again until he cracked this one just out. But Lewis had some revenge up his sleeve. Arus couldn't handle it as the Bajans surged ahead. Another powerful serve results in another victory to Barbados.
We apologize for the loss of audio in that extract. Thanks for the story, Sean. The action resumes tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. The West Indies women won their second T20 international against Pakistan's women in Grenada today by 11 runs under the Duckworth-Lewis method to lead the three-match series 2-0. Pakistan batted first and stumbled to 95 for 7 off their 20 overs, with Deandra Doughton bagging 3 for 20. Skipper Stephanie Taylor then led from the front with an unbeaten 48, as the Windies women were 91 for 3 in the 18th over when rain stopped play. West Indies captain Jason Holder says that his team will be eyeing this short ODI series against host Sri Lanka as an opportunity to move up the rankings. The Windies lost the Test Series 2-0 and are hoping to make a better showing in the limited overs format.
Sri Lanka is obviously ranked higher than us, so if we beat this team here, now we obviously gain quite a few points. It's important that we keep looking to win games and keep boosting our ranking, which is very important. You know, with all these, in a sense, restrictions and the cut-off points in terms of making ICC tournaments, it's important that we take each game very, very seriously as we normally do, but even more seriously now because of the point system. We really have to be mindful of it and, you know, make sure that we keep moving up the rankings.
Holder says that with some of his big boys back in the squad, he's confident that they can put in an improved performance, especially in the middle overs.
Well, we always speak about new ball wickets. You know, we need to make the new ball count for us, and once we get early wickets, you know, it makes things a little bit easier in the middle. In the past, we've tended to let the game, in a sense, drift away from us in the past, and we have stood on the right now in the sense that for me that makes me a little bit more comfortable because he's a wicket taking option whenever he comes into bowl. So hopefully we can, you know, he can exploit some wickets in the middle, and you know, and other guys, well, his pressure could create other wickets around in bowling and partnerships. You know, so hopefully we can get some more wickets in the middle and put Sri Lanka under pressure.
That game is scheduled to start tomorrow morning around 5. That's the first half in sports. Back in a bit.
Digicel data for life, data for life, data for life, yeah.
Get free Facebook and Instagram with any new Digicel 4G data plan. Snap, record, post, and share instantly on Facebook and Instagram anywhere across the island with Barbados' fastest 4G network. Digicel 4G. Dial *153# to sign up and start using Facebook and Instagram for free today.
Data for life.
St. John were 3-0 winners over St. Philip North when the David Thompson Memorial Football Classic continued last night. Here is the action from Belplain.
St. Philip North in orange taking on St. John. Early shot comes in. Won't trouble the keeper. St. Philip North on the attack again, this time from the corner. The off-balanced header is too high. St. John with an opportunity now, but the one-time shot is wide. St. John tormenting on the left, cutting in, and that was just ugly. The ref had no choice but to point to the spot. Penalty. And Ramon Herwood buried it. 1-0 to St. John at halftime. Second half action, 59th minute. Well, what do you know? Another spot kick awarded after another reckless challenge. Herwood gets his brace and makes it 2-0. Then in the 73rd minute, Dario Blackman put the game to bed, just staying on side. Keeper trying to cut down the angle, but couldn't. Final score, St. John 3, St. Philip North 0.
Favorite St. Leonard's and Harrison College played to a 1-1 draw last evening in the Barbados Secondary Schools Under-19 Football League. Playing at Richmond Gap, the homeboys opened the scoring through Shaquille Green in the first half, before Timothy Maynard drew level for Harrison College just minutes later. Barbados Community College defeated Queen's College recently in the Mass United Insurance Senior Division 1 basketball tournament. Sean Green has the action from the BCC gym.
This is QC in their customary blue on the road to BCC. The ball finds Darren Ward near the hoop and he gets the ball rolling for QC. Now BCC, Darian Hurley for 3 big ones to keep pace with Queen's College. The home team with the shot and a possession changeover. QC now with the ball. But could they close the deal? Galvin Howard will certainly try, taking matters into his own hands and getting this one to drop. Carlos Greenidge at the end of this pass, pulling one back for BCC. BCC playing the passing game. You take it. No, how about you? Well, back to you, Nathaniel Waith. You're the man to finish the job. Takir Jones almost unchallenged. Not much to stop in here as he collects 2 more for QC to keep them in the lead. And stealing is only good in basketball, kids. In this run of play, just ask Hurley. Oops, he's got it. Then from just beyond the arc, Mikael Wilson drains 3 for QC. However, Jared Grant had other ideas, taking the lead on this fast break to give BCC a 5-point lead at the halfway stage. But Jones started the second half with a bang for QC, nailing a 3 from downtown. Check out Kieron Savory snaking through the defense and laying up for 2 of his 9 in the game. Here's number 8 at the 3-point gate, Wilson dropping another 3-point bomb on BCC. But the home team's number 8 was just as effective. That's Hurley with 2 more of his 25 for BCC as the home team went on to win.